Welcome to another Word of the Week, a weekly wow. You notice a different background because I not only want to focus with you on a word, I want to, in this week's weekly wow, also share a brief mission update. Our word, the word milestones, words for this life, words that point us to eternity. Synonyms: a milestone refers to an anniversary, special event, landmark, special occasion. Dictionary definition: a significant point of progress or development. For Jan and for me, milestones have been piling up. Pre-pandemic, we retraced our honeymoon travels. We enjoyed celebrating our 50th wedding anniversary with friends and family. And now, number 55 is not that far away. Birthdays are milestones of a sort. And as we celebrate birthdays this year, all of a sudden 80 is closer than 70. I began preaching every Sunday in the fall of 1967. Last fall marked 55 years of preaching almost every Sunday, and more recently, multiple times each week using technology. This year counts 30 years since my first mission trip to Latin America, and 15 plus years of almost full-time mission involvement since retiring from the university. In 2023, our mission newsletter, volume 18, reflects 18 years of regular mission reports. A labor of love, blessed to give rather than to receive. Sharing good news because that's what we're called to do. Blessed to be able to do God's work for free, receiving spiritual blessings rather than physical blessings. And some days the intensity is incredible. Teaching online classes, 3 hours online every Saturday morning at a school of preaching in Latin America, teaching online during the week, answering questions, mentoring, teaching a Sunday series in the church at Fort Gibson, Wednesday's class at the Tulsa church at Park, finishing up a new series of video studies on the book of Revelation, preparing new evangelism videos for the online project in Bogota. Milestones, what we do in retirement, watching the years go by, and how much longer, God knows. The three churches who stand by us deserve a mention: Northside in Mena, Arkansas, Fort Gibson, Marion, Oklahoma, and McAllister, which is my host church. And so it is that we're blessed, and blessed also by numerous individuals across the United States who partner with us in this work. Enough of the reminiscing, enough of the mission reporting. Our word of the week, word for this life, but a word that points also to eternal principles and priorities. What will you think about when you reflect upon our word this week? Milestones. And also a text I want to share from Ephesians chapter 4, verses 12 through 16. And a challenge. Build your spiritual life keeping in mind the milestones, past successes, and future goals. We never stop having goals when we live for Christ and for his cause. I take three ideas directly from the text, verses 12 and 13. I pray for you milestones of faith, milestones in the knowledge of Christ, milestones of maturity, equipping for ministry and growth. How do we do that? Three commitments that will help us establish and reach spiritual milestones, and these come directly out of verses 15 and 16. First of all, the concept of truthing, a verb that exists in the original language but not in English, but it's so significant. It's all about truthing our words, our actions, our life. Number two, growing up toward Christ, more and more like him, attaining a measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ. And finally, building the kingdom in love. Edification, kingdom people committed to kingdom things, kingdom priorities, kingdom actions, kingdom goals, fulfilling God's eternal kingdom purpose to bring everyone into Christ. Milestones. I pray for you meaningful spiritual milestones. Maybe you'll have a chance to think about it in the next day or two. What has happened and what God yet wishes to happen in your life fulfilling your purpose. Remember that God loves you. I love you. That's the way it's going to be. Let us go forth this week, continuing to establish milestones and look forward to new milestones as we seek to serve God in this world. God bless.